Hello, I'm MC Toon, the worst rapper in the world. Today we've got a very special day. Normally at this time of day, I might do something on 5G, but today it's Flat Earth because we've got Dali, who's in England, and the time zone works out just right for him. So, how you doing, Dali?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much.
How about you take a minute to introduce yourself so people know what you're about and whatever you want to say.
My name, everybody can see. I born in the communist Czechoslovakia, which is country in the middle of Europe, which doesn't exist anymore. It was under the communist regime, and well, I'm born in late 70s.
Somebody had said that you were over on a Slice Barcane video and
Absolutely.
making interacting with people there, and said, hey, we should you like challenged anybody, including Sly, to debate. So I'm like, well, I'll take that. So that's what we're doing. I did just put the link to the video that you were commenting on in the live chat.
I noticed that. So, I saw that. I saw that. Yeah, I know.
And that was that particular video was about rockets pushing off of air or not. So I don't know.
I never comment on this.
You did. You were okay.
Let's comment on anything. No. I was always talking about the gyroscopes.
Okay.
Gyroscopes, because that's my subject, which I study.
Okay.
So let's stay with the gyroscope, and about the gyroscope proving that the Earth is actually not a ball and it's not moving. Can you elaborate a little bit more about the gyroscopes?
Yeah, you'd probably need to say a little more than you already did to be very convincing, right?
Hey, look, everybody, doesn't matter if you believe in ball or flat Earth, everybody has to accept that the gyroscopes are actually, if you accept the physicality or physics behind the gyroscope, is the gyro, when the thing rotating, it's rigid in the space, and that's why it's used for the artificial horizon and the autopilot generally. So why is it used for that? Because it's rigid in the space, and that's how the gyroscopes works, and that's how the artificial horizons last 100 years plus 100 years depends on. So every pilot knows where is up and down, left and right.
And how familiar are you with them?
Well, 25 years ago, I learned everything about them.
In the military?
Yes, for 4 years.
Okay, so did you work on the insides of the gyroscope, or did you just you installed them and used them?
I was taking them out of the plane, putting them back in the plane, and I was calibrating them. Yes, I was working like that.
I just want to be clear, because gyroscopes, as I understand them, they tend to be like in a box, kind of, right? And then people might certainly work on the inside part of it, changing bearings, or doing the fine detail calibration on the inside. But it sounds like what you did is you just used the package. Hold on. I just want to be clear. You used the package, you installed it, uninstalled it, did some calibrations on it, but you didn't fix or work on the guts of it, the inside of it.
What do you mean? I'm
just trying to understand what part of it you worked on.
40 years old technology doesn't have pendulous veins, for example.
What's that?
Pendulous veins?
Yeah, there's no. So you're saying there were no pendulous veins in there?
No, there is nothing like that in it. No, there is a gyro. There's just spinning. There's just mass spinning, and the mass spinning, and there you have a servos, 3-axis servos, which are actually getting the signal from it, and that signal is going to the cockpit, to the pilot, and he knows if he's going up or down or left or right. That's how it works. Because the fighter jet do loops, do all the maneuvers, and actually the the G is not always down. The G can be anywhere around, you know, and
Yeah,
those veins will absolutely make a pilot absolutely don't know where he's up and down.
Yeah.
If it's what the way you're saying.
What's that G stand for?
For me, the G is just the force which is forcing you like extend centrifugal force. You know what? My not friends really, but flat earthers who did the laser gyro experiment, and it's built.
Bob Nodell. Thanks, Bob.
Well, yeah.
He's awesome.
No, fuck him because he's a fraud. He's a fraud. He's a total fraud. And never mind.
What kind of fraud?
Second, he's a fraud because he will never do one experiment. Use electromechanical gyro, put it in the middle of the table. Let's do party around it. Let's run the gyro in the middle of the table. Let's do the party for 6 hours. And if it tilts, the gyro, if it mechanically tilts on the table, on the middle of the party, 15 degrees every single hour, I will say I am a loser. But you know what? He will never do that.
Well, yeah, I know. Well, they tried. They got they got that big disc thing that was spinning. Did you see that thing?
Money. Hey, you know what? Actually, to be honest, when I study avionics, the laser gyro doesn't exist.
Yes.
So I like the laser gyro because the laser gyro has nothing to do with the rigidity of the space and with the physicality of the rotating thing. So
wait, are you saying that an optical gyroscope cannot measure rotation?
Absolutely, I don't know how it works, to be honest. Nodell? Globuster doesn't obey any physics because all the experiments he ever did all fail because you know what? He is a shill.
Let's party, man. We're going to have a gyro party.
You're all losing the game.
Yeah, I know. And I mean, Bob Nodell, he broke the laws of physics. He's going to be in trouble with the physics police. I met him. Yeah, it was in a secret NASA meeting on the moon base.
I believe that when I will be 40 plus, there will be at least a web camera on the moon. But you know what? There is not even fucking web camera on the moon. There is nothing on the moon. Nothing in the space because space doesn't exist. For
100 Czech krones. I get that wrong. Says, on behalf of all Czechs, I would like to apologize for this edgy troll.
I don't give a shit, to be honest. Movement of Earth was never proven by anyone. Curvature was never seen by anyone.
Whoa.
And for me, the gyro doesn't work on the curve surface, and it doesn't work on the curve rotating surface. It's absolutely bollocks.
Okay, so here I'll send you. I still have. The point is that comet Neowise was predicted where it was going to be and when it was going to be visible using heliocentric math, not flat Earth. Anything
behind it is fraudulent.
It's fraudulent.
Like people who bring it up.
But how is fraudulent? How is it fraudulent? What made it fraudulent?
It just sounds like a fraud in the first place.
Oh yeah, you know, I was doing that on Twitter just a little bit ago. The Flerfific Method instead of the scientific method. Step 1 of the Flerfific Method is to choose the conclusion, and then step 2 is to shop around for things that support it. Even though they don't really, but just sort of kind of do. Number 3 is be sure to ignore anything that doesn't support the conclusion or contradicts it. And then number 4, therefore the Earth is flat, right?
Why you don't stuck with the fact? Why you always jump to some other conclusions you have in your mind? None of them are based on facts.
None are based on facts.
It's based on the conclusions, ideas.
No, I don't base things on a conclusion. That's the wrong. Okay, that's the wrong order. You don't start with the conclusion. Actually, in science, in flirfiness you do, but not in science. I need 3 pieces of information. I'll just.
What is the drop in 60 miles? That's the question I had. Doesn't matter. It can be 0, can be 10. It doesn't matter. Include that in it. Just tell me how much behind the curve supposed to be hide the object 60 miles away. You don't. Now it works for the logical idiots.
But why don't you grab the picture and we'll show it here while you're getting it.
Actually, I don't have to make a picture because, you know, there is thousands of pictures made by so many people. Just anybody who is listening to us who can go now to Google and say, and put in Google picture Isle of Man from Blackpool. And you know what? You will have thousands, hundreds of pictures seeing that fucking island.
Are you not, does it hurt you to look for evidence?
No, it doesn't hurt
to provide evidence?
I hold you by the balls. They
Dali,
never teach us.
Listen up. Listen, it's my turn to talk, okay? You said things about the gyroscope. I showed you documentation about a gyroscope, and you hand-waved the documentation, and took you... Hold on, Dali, this is where I'm talking, not you. So be quiet and let me talk. Let me finish this, okay? You did not show anything. I did show something. You just made claims. I showed something. So you hand-waved my actual documentation. So I'm going to do the same to you. I'm going to say your claim about working on a plane, it's just BS. You didn't actually do it, because that's the same evidence, the same standard of evidence that you're using. I don't like it, therefore I can just hand-wave it away. That's all you're doing. Show me the picture with the coordinates and the elevation and the lapse rate, and we'll talk about it. If you can't do that, I understand why you would not want to do that, because as soon
images and you will prove that
as soon as you actually start to measure things, flat Earth falls apart. Why can you not have a conversation like an adult?
I am saying you cannot accept the real evidence.
Send me the real evidence and we'll put it on the screen and talk about it. When you make a claim, you have the burden of evidence, not me. It's not on me to prove your point. It's on you to prove your point. If there was a webcam on the moon, how would you verify it?
It's not even possible. So
you start with conclusion, right? The Flerf method start with a conclusion, right? He has no damn idea how he might verify anything. Right now is the time. Give me the evidence. Oh wait, the floor is yours. You can even share your screen, and I'll make you full screen, and then we can look at your evidence that you refuse to present. So are you going to present evidence, or you have a chance right now to present evidence, and you're like running away? I mean, you have a chance right now to present evidence, and you want me to do it for you. That's pretty damn lazy.
Talking against you. The gyro is talking against you. There's a physical evidence, and
but you didn't present the gyroscope. You just made claims without evidence.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You just said things about the gyroscope. You didn't actually show the gyroscope. I have pictures of the gyroscope up on screen right now.
Real people already knows that you are a fucking fraud.
All right. Do you see there on the right side? There's the gyroscope that they got. So you asked them to do it, and they're doing it. But I know you won't take anything from them because you already concluded that Bob Nodell is a shill. But they've already done it, and it didn't work out for them, so they're kind of not publishing anything.
No. It doesn't work. You cannot say it doesn't work for them. They are put in place to make it not working.
Here's the problem. You have already clearly stated that whatever I do, you will reject it if you don't like it. So why would I do it?
Hey, if you have enough people behind you, I will follow you.
You already said that you would reject anything that contradicts flat Earth.
I know the truth. That's the problem between me and you. I know.
And that right there is a lie.
The lie. I know the truth.
And that is the opposite of science, is saying everything that I don't like, I'm gonna throw away.
You know, you have no science behind you, man.
Yeah, you did. You said that earlier already. You said anything that doesn't fit is already automatically rejected. So you are not interested in science, because science.
Real science.
Yeah,
you are not talking science. You are talking science fiction.
So here's another one. This is real science.
Wrong. So maybe you are better influenced to the fucking Bob Nodell and Gerardism and all those others. Maybe you can ask them to.
Why would I ask them? So Mr. Unite for the Children has a very serious question for you. Did you ride the short bus to school?
What is this question about?
Did you ride the short bus to school? I mean, it was in the sky. It was not that difficult to see.
We'll make a picture of the space station passing around the moon. And you know what? When I actually examined the pictures of the space station passing the moon, it was from a German photographer who was working for NASA. It's a red flag.
Well, how about you just take it yourself? You got that P900 there.
Yeah, but you know what? I think it's not possible.
So you're not going to try. You think it's not possible, so you're not going to try? Sounds like you pre-selected the conclusion.
Look, 2,000 years ago, Roman Catholic, Roman Empire.
Oh, hold on a second. 2,000 years ago, Roman Catholic? Ooh, your history's a little sloppy there.
No. Listen to me. Roman Empire transformed into Roman Catholic Church 2,000 years ago. They created, Islam was created 400 AD. Do you know that? It's too much for you.
No, it's funny that you think the Roman Catholic Church invented this 2,000 years ago, before the Roman Catholic Church existed. Could you explain now in more detail, because you've asserted that this clock is using flat Earth in knowledge or information? Could you expand on that and support your point?
No, nobody measured the radius of the Earth.
But I did.
Yeah, we both did. So if you'll do this, shut the mouth, open the ears, and listen to Round Thinker, he'll explain it to you.
No, I will bring him the gyro, and the gyro will not
right.
cooperate.
Right here. Close mouth, open ears. Go ahead, Round Thinker. Yeah. So the measurement that Eratosthenes made was one measurement, just one. And
I don't think
it doesn't matter. We didn't look at his numbers, but if you did just take one measurement, I'm sorry. Did the middle of my sentence interrupt the beginning of your sentence? I was talking. Listen. Then when I'm done, your turn. Okay.
So everything is based on mathematics for you.
Measurements.
Mathematics, you mean?
Measurements.
The measurements say we are not moving and there is no curve. So I don't know what you're using. What measurements you're using?
What measurement you used?
If we measure curvature, there is no curvature. If we measure the movement, there is no movement. So what the fucking are you talking about?
Well,
the measurement of the curve.
A measurement of the curve. That's a fucking logical fallacy.
A factard is wondering to you, Dali, if you have a triangle with sides 1, 1, and 1, what are the internal angles?
What do you mean?
If you have a triangle with sides 1, 1, and 1, those are the lengths of the sides. What are the internal angles?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I believe you. What's 5 divided by 0?
Everything divided by 0 is 0.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
You're absolutely sure that 5 divided by 0 is 0.
Anything divided by 0 is 0.
No, third time. I just want to be, is this your final answer? 5 divided by 0 is?
0.
All right. Very wrong.
But you know what? In reality, you're done, guys.
Okay. Darn it. That's not the right one.
The globe is dead. I'm sorry.
Of course. Spinning pressure.
based on presenting no evidence.
Infinite space, pressurized ball.
Yeah, I mean, if you could maybe present something. Is 10 to the power of negative 17 a positive number or a negative number?
What is this? Like mathematical test? Negative 17 is a negative number.
Okay, and what's the derivative of x squared?
I have no fucking idea.
I believe you.
But you know what? I know now. You are not holding any truth. 0.
You got 0 of 5. What's 5 divided by 0?
0 plus u is a 0.
No, I didn't ask that though. Oh, all right. Let's see. I'm not near Round Thinker. I'm not. I don't know where I put that. I have too many folders. I know it was with Conspiracy Cats.
I know Conspiracy Cats.
Yeah, we did a nice debate. Let's see. There it is. No, darn it, it's not in that folder.
Okay. You see that?
All right. Yep. Let's go with that.
Guys, it's not gonna work for you anyway. The real people are real people. You can fool the zombies, but you cannot fool the real people.
But what is it to fool?
Just like... point out the error. What's wrong? If you think it's wrong, just tell us what's wrong.
Nothing is wrong. Everything is okay with you. You are actually acting as weighted, accepted as well.
Yeah, you. So nothing's wrong, Muriel. He's agreeing with everything here, apparently.
Witchcraft is going on, and You are part of it.
So, all right.
What?
Yeah. Round thinker, just present. Just keep going. Don't. I mean, you're already past it. Past
No,
what you can understand.
he just don't understand what
I know,
I'm presenting. There's no point in trying to explain. The numbers are numbers, therefore he just
doesn't understand them. Yeah.
And the nice drawing is also.
So here, I'll do this. Dali, I'm a teacher. We homeschool our kids, therefore I'm the teacher. I'm the math teacher and science teacher.
That's scary. That's scary.
So,
because if you are a teacher, that's scary. You're teaching the kids bullshit.
All right. We've got a triangle right here. See this? I don't know if you can see it or not, Dali.
I can see it.
Okay. So what is the length of the hypotenuse?
Why do you want me to answer this?
Well, it's your claim that math somehow can be used to do wrong things. So we're going back to 7th grade here. So what is the length of the hypotenuse here?
Okay. 2 plus 2 equals 5.
Okay. I do believe that is the limit of your mathematical ability, but maybe could you try a little harder? Maybe.
It's your logic. 5 plus 2 plus 2 equals 5. It's my logic, based on your logic.
No. So it seems that you can't do 7th grade math. Here's the deal. Here's the problem, right? This is simple stuff, and nobody disputes it, right? The length of the hypotenuse is 5 in this one. I gave you a really easy example.
The question is, what is the hypotenuse divided by 0?
If you're going to build a door, you want to be sure that it's the same, that we call it being square. So you measure the diagonal one way, measure the diagonal the other way. And if they're not the same, then we know that the door is a little bit out of square and you need to fix a little bit what you did. In fact, I built a door this summer, a screen door, and it was not square. And I'm not good at building doors, right?
That's why you believe you are in the spinning pressurized ball.
Absolutely, because math works.
The mathematics is like any other language. You can talk about bullshit.
Yeah. So I'm asking you to show what's wrong about it. This is called science. What we do is we form a hypothesis.
Science, because you refuse to
here's
measure, observe, and repeat and observe.
So, that's how we do science. You form a hypothesis, and then you test.
That's not how the science is done.
Oh, no. Hold on a second here. So apparently, hypothesis. This is news, everybody. Hypothesis is not part of science. Please expand on I guess how a hypothesis is not part of science.
Science is the only thing we can really measure, observe, and repeat.
All right, we'll go ahead. What is, what kind of steps might you go through if you're going to do some science? Tell us, like, for example, what steps you might use if you're going to do science.
Oh, well, if I do science, I will take something really tangible, like a real thing, which I can observe, measure, I can repeat it, and I can show to others. You cannot do that. So
a hypothesis is nothing that you would ever do in what you think is science. It's not part of science. I just want to be really, really clear that you think
like a theory.
You think hypothesis is not part of science. Just be clear on that. So you don't think that you use a hypothesis in science?
Of course not.
Of course not.
You can use just something what you can really touch, smell.
That is definitely short bus. J.L. Warren says, don't teach him basic construction. He may actually try to build something. Did you learn enough trigonometry to do some construction? Spike Smith is wondering, what's your educational or professional qualifications to support your analysis of the physics and math in this discussion?
Oh, I study avionics for military for 4 years. And in 2015, I studied macroeconomic in Slovakia, in Bratislava. Yeah, well, I passed the test for macroeconomics, so I can do my job in 2015 like a stockbroker. on Wall Street.
Ooh, hold
is
on a
bad.
second. Stockbroker, that suggests that you might use math. You can't use math. That's not real.
Well, that's your suggestion.
No, that was you. You can't use math. That's your thing, to not use math. Well, yeah, but
Am I the only one here who is more disturbed that he did avionics when he doesn't believe in math?
I think, what was it, just basically
how many
maintenance?
pilots crashed due to these mathless avionics?
Zero.
So I kind of get the impression that you did maintenance on it.
I work on a few airports. I did general technician operations of the Su-22 when the Czech military has them at the time. Then after that, I did work on the Mi-24. You know Mi-24, the helicopters, general operations, and then well, nobody crashed after me. So well.
Yeah. So it sounds like was it basically you did maintenance, right?
General maintenance.
Yeah, you did maintenance. So there's no, maybe you don't need to do math and maintenance. Every one of them is a projection. And the Russian ones are actually publicly available now from the 60s and earlier. And I've looked at them, and they also use the Lambert conformal conic projection.
Look, the Americans and the Russians use the same maps.
Yeah.
But they don't share it. They don't share it with the public. The public is totally disinformed about the maps, about the real shape of the continents, countries, everything.
Well, could you just show the right maps then?
Oh, I can't. I don't have any on me.
Well, then how do you know that they're wrong? Where's the right one?
I don't know which one is the right one. How can I know? I have no fucking power to know.
Okay, so the map is wrong, but you don't know how it's wrong, and you don't know the right one. But how do you know it's wrong if you don't know the right one?
Oh, well, because I know the big picture, and I know the big picture doesn't correlate with the reality.
To translate, you don't have any evidence to support your belief system.
If I have evidence, I will be killed.
Oh, dear.
I have no idea, but I believe that they have no...
So you have a faith system about them being wrong. Just a religious belief about them being wrong.
Yeah, generally, yes. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You look even more silly right now than you ever looked before.
I look more silly than I've ever looked before? Hey, let's let the audience determine that. Audience, do I look silly? Or does Dali look silly? So here's the deal. It's been an hour and 50 minutes, and you've brought no evidence. You've made claims, and you've hand-waved away actual evidence, which is typical. I completely understand it. It's predicted. In fact, the people in the Facebook post that I did predicted that you would bring no evidence. So so there you go. They were right. Your inability to grasp science is not a valid argument against it. So that's very apropos